All praise be to the Most High God. I hope that you all are blessed and having a blessed day. Please forgive me. I am running a little behind for my Calculus 3 class, so I am recording this audio and driving. Don't worry, I'm not looking at my phone for you life police out there. But I wanted to talk to my brothers. The title of this message is called To Depart to Egypt. Now, as I began my journey, one of the things that I found the most difficult to do was depart from certain relationships. Some relationships I didn't want to leave. Even still, some of those relationships I hold very close to my heart. I am very fond of those individuals, but there comes a time in a man's life where he must step out on what Scripture calls faith. The faith, the trusting in the belief of substance and things not seen. Feel what I'm saying? I hope I got that right. Essentially, you gotta move blindly for a little bit. And this is how you muster up that faith, gain that faith, come into the understanding of faith. The book The Alchemist, one of my favorite books other than Scripture, the book The Alchemist and the book The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. Two of my favorite books outside of Scripture, both masterworks, and both, ironically enough, take heavy nods toward the Scripture, especially the Prophet, or both actually. But for the sake of this message, I'm going to use The Alchemist, hence To Depart to Egypt. Now, there's a character in The Alchemist named Santiago, who is the main character, a young man who you follow on a journey, some would say of enlightenment, some would say of self-discovery, I would say of both. And one of the things he has to do is depart from the things that he has known. You may be asking, what are you trying to tell us? Many of my brothers, y'all are currently in Spain, because this is where Santiago starts his journey. Spain is your relationships that you're in. Spain is the family that you keep going around. Spain is the job that you keep going to. Not a career, the job that you keep going to that you hate. Not dislike, hate. I don't often use that word because I think it has a very strong connotation to it. But many of you all hate these things and don't realize it. I'm going to focus in on the relationships. Many of us, myself included, were in relationships where you are either doing one or two things. You are either destroying the other person and yourself, or you are being destroyed. Now, how you know if you are being destroyed, I need you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, at any point in this relationship, did you joke or even consider taking your life to get out of it? Even if you hypothetically maybe considered it, right? Because I don't want to speak that over anybody, but if you were like, man, dying wouldn't be so bad, you need to leave that relationship. Have you lost yourself in this relationship? If you are a young man, have you lost yourself? Have you been emasculated in this relationship? Does this woman uplift you? Does she get you closer to God, closer to that word? When you are having tough days, does she come and become that gentle hand, right? Especially if you're a good man. Because many of us, I can't speak for myself because I know I was in the world. But some of you all are really good men. You have the potential to be great men of God. But you are with, I'm going to keep it a stack, whores, Aholibus, Jezebels, individuals who are of this world, who care about material things, who don't see that you are over time losing that luster. If you really want to know if you're being destroyed, this is going to crush some of y'all, because it crushed me. Go look at a picture of before you got in that relationship, right? Before you were in that relationship, a picture of you by yourself maybe, and then go get a picture of you in that current relationship, a recent picture, and look at your eyes. Pay attention to your eyes. Pay attention to your smile. Do you still smile? I know we men, and some of y'all may say, right, young men, males, becoming men and men, some of you all may say men ain't supposed to have no emotions. Man, shut that stuff up, man. If the Most High God didn't want you to have emotions, don't you think in God's infinite wisdom that he would have said, don't give them no emotions. You have them. You're supposed to utilize them. Right? But if you've been depleted of your emotions, that's that response that you would have. Right? How can an artist create art without emotion? How can a man love his wife without emotion? How can a man love God without emotion? How can a man create anything without emotion? It becomes emotion, then thought, then action. I.e., the spirit, the mind, the body. The spirit is emotion. That's why they say safeguard your heart above all things. Because it will control how you operate in its existence. Now, secondly, if you are destroying the other person, just apply those same principles that I just talked about with looking at your eyes and look at their eyes over the course of time. And that was one of the things that let me know I needed to leave the relationship I was in. Right? Because I looked at this sister's eyes over time, and lo and behold, as I have said many times, I wept, fell on my face and cried, lamented, shaved my face and all of that, cut my facial hair down, all of that, fasted, prayed, everything. Right? It's humbling, especially when we claim to care. It's humbling, right? If you are the person destroying the thing that you care about. However, if you are the individual being destroyed, having your life force drained from you, from a person who claims to love you, let me ask you this. How can you love somebody who you are willingly participating in their destruction? I had to ask myself that. How can I tell this sister that I love her when I'm willingly participating in the thing that is destroying her? Woo! I got my little saying that I just created before this video. Kudos to myself. Something like this. It goes, I said that pain begets reflection. Reflection begets isolation. Isolation begets growth. When you are in pain, you reflect. When you reflect, you get into a state of isolation. And when you get in that state of isolation, then you can grow. It is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It sucks. Let me keep it a stack. It sucks to know that you're being taken advantage of. But it is a blessing for you to realize you're being taken advantage of. Now, you have one or two options. You can do the hard thing, which is to cut that thing off and to begin that process of healing and reflection and growth. Or you can stay and continue to allow it to kill yourself. Now, the choice is yours, but see, I'm a man. Doing the difficult thing has never been something I shied away from. And I know you all are men. So do what is difficult so that you may spare yourself of a death that you don't deserve. You don't deserve to be miserable. You don't deserve to be in a relationship that what they be saying is not serving you. It's not about you serving, because charity is the greatest among these things, as Paul tells us in Ephesians, but 1 Corinthians. I want to say that's 1 Corinthians 13. The end, I think. We are in relationships to serve one another. That is the concept, that the whole point of this. We're on this earth to serve God. But if you're in a relationship and you're being abused, oh yes, abused is the word I'm using, emotional abuse. If you're a man and you're constantly being emasculated, she's constantly comparing you to other people who she does not even know. She's tearing you down constantly. Everything you do nitpicking, but she can do no wrong. Oh, you gotta leave, bro. Because she's already showed you who she is. Don't let her paint that picture again. She's already showed you. Leave. Because it's a woman out there who, when you having a tough day, she gonna uplift you. When you crying, she gonna wipe them tears. When you doing something great, she's gonna encourage you to go even further. She's gonna be that propellant in that jet fuel, or that jet engine, that turbine, that piston engine, huh? She gonna be that good gas in that Audi A5 Sportback. I'm claiming it, Jesus. You know what I'm talking about? Be aware of that, man. Don't continue to allow yourself to suffer because you haven't left Spain. Depart and go to Egypt so you can find your treasure, Santiago. Depart and go to Egypt so you can find your treasure, Santiago, if you a sister. Your life is more important than what you're giving it credit for. Your calling, especially if you be a believer, is more important. It may be painful for a time. It may cause growing pains for a time, but trust me, it's only hurting because you're growing. You don't have to do it again. You know what to look for next time. And watch what happens, man. See what God say, touch not mine anointed. But we don't take pleasure in when God goes back and knock people over the head. But take pleasure that he allowed you to see that you deserve better. Peace and love, man. May the Most High God watch over you all and bless you all the days that y'all walk this earth. I'm pulling up to campus. I'm about to slide into class and make it. I gotta tell her the dog ate the homework or something. I gotta figure something out, Jesus. I gotta figure. I be still praying for snow days. This how you know I ain't grew up for real. I be like, Jesus, I be dropping ice cubes in the toilet. Jesus, can you make it snow today so I ain't gotta go to class? I'm a grown man, but I should be. Anyway, man, y'all be blessed. Have a blessed day, man. And remember, don't let these people play you, because the devil will go, the devil will run with it. And we children of God. We deserve better and we know better. Peace.